Okay, we are continuing on our castles today. So you're gonna get your slab back. Some of you had doors and windows already constructed. Some of you just had the basic shape and the roof line, or that's fine. Today we're gonna create the form so that it's rounded, and then you can also add details. You can have people and knights or kings, queens, little drawbridges, little details that you think would make it look interesting as well. So today we're going to learn about forms so that I can construct a castle from a slab, which this is a slab, connecting the sides together using the scorching method. I don't call it scratch attach, scoring method. So scoring is just X's to attach it. So you're going to get this, your mat, and then this is just a roller, it could be a paper towel roll, or this is a toilet paper roll, you know, things like that. And you're gonna wrap it with paper. Newspaper is fine too, but you wanna do that so you can slide your castle out. So this is the front side. It looks a lot neater. The back side is always the side that doesn't look quite as clean. I'm gonna still kind of rub it down or pat down any areas that might be rough to the touch, so nobody cuts themselves. And then I'm gonna place this in here, and then I'm gonna wrap this around. This has got plenty of space, so that might be on the little side. I might wrap this. It's a little bit bigger. See if I like that. So there we go. So you're gonna kind of overlap it a little bit. So I'm gonna score it, scoring it, kind of creating a rough area. And I'm gonna place this on top. It's gonna drive me crazy that's, there you go. Place it on top, push it in. And mine's a little gapped, so I'm not worried about that. This is just holding that form so I don't squish it basically together to like a pancake. And then I'm gonna blend. So notice I'm blending that side in. I can take this and move it here. So it's pretty even, okay? See how easily that clay moves? If it doesn't, you can use a little bit of water and kind of smooth it out. Then I'm gonna hold it upright and I can slide it right out. If by chance you made it really, really, really super thin, okay, and you try to slide it out and it's caving in, you can leave that form on the inside here just as support until it's dry. I'm totally fine with that. So I know it's hard to see, but what I'm doing, I've got everything like this, and then I can really see, I'm just gonna focus on one little area, but I can see with the areas where when I folded it, kind of cracked a little bit. So that's where I'm adding water. And remember, water's good, but it can be bad. So you wanna have enough water that you are smoothing it out and you're blending it in, but not so much that it's like really, really super shiny, okay? So I'm just gonna blend that in, that crease right here where I blended the other one in. And I would, at this point, too, if you're doing the blending, maybe leave your form on the inside, just so it gives you some stability. You have enough for everybody. Now this one, my fingers are a little bit wider, so maybe I'm gonna use a tool to kind of get more of a crease in some areas. This works great. I have a tool like this. It's got a rubber edge. It won't like carve away a lot, but it does make some really cool impressions. I just made too much of an impression. I also have a metal piece like this. This is for the finest detail. You don't want to use this to cut anything. You're just using it to make sure your edges are good. So if all you did was had your form, smooth out the windows and all that, you could paint on details, okay? But also, you can add on details. And I should have grabbed some more clay. You're gonna get some clay, and you can add on window ledges, you can add on people, it could be little princesses or kings or, you know, anything like that. Drawbridges, if you want to do that. Maybe I have a little ledge right here. So I'm going to roll some clay into like a little coil like that. And then I'm going to place that on here. Make sure it's long enough. And whenever you place something on there, I always do the scoring method, just to give it kind of a rough area to kind of hold on to. And then I'm going to kind of press it down. Then I can use a tool. This even works. And I'm just blending it. The rule is, as long as you have it blended on one side, it's going to hold, okay? I'm kind of one to make sure all sides are blended because I feel like it makes it visually nicer. But as long as one side's attached and blended, you should be good. So I've got like a little ledge here. I could make more little holes. I can take this one here. It's got a little circle on the end. And I can do like little dots here. Maybe those are gonna represent like the stones around the door frame. So whatever time you have to make those details today, use it. If it's just smooth and that's how you want it to leave it, that's fine too. You can always paint on the details next week. But just know you have the whole class time today to get it to look the way you want. Most importantly, that it's together. And that's pretty good, okay? I am gonna make a little drawbridge out there. I'm not gonna make a huge one, but just big enough that you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. So I rolled a little circle, then I'm gonna flatten it. Okay, always flatten it on your table. Now, in the perfect world, this would be the same size. Well, actually, it's pretty close, but ideally, it's the same size as the other one. And then you're gonna stick it on there. I'm gonna score it. Oops, maybe something else. Score it. If one piece is drier than the other, you might have to add a little bit of water. Place that on there. And mine's a little wider than that tube, so it's gonna kind of move around on me a little bit more than if it was like the perfect size. And that's fine. It looks like a tongue to me right now, but I will fix that. I do not want it to look like a tongue, so I can just take like these wood tools and kind of smooth out the sides here, maybe cut a little bit off. Press it down on the table, but remember when I press it down, I like to lift it up too. And then, you know, if you wanted it to have the sides that hold it, you can. I think would be kind of cool is to have string attached. So if you want to do something like that, you can just take a pencil or a tool and make a couple holes. Make sure you're going all the way through. And then once it's fired out of the kiln, I could connect those areas with string to give it a cool effect. So I'm gonna pull this out so you can kind of see that. So it looks like a tongue to me, but I could have it even partially up. I think, ooh, I kind of like that. Like it's starting to be lifted up because there's danger, okay? And you have like the little details here. You can carve out kind of like details. It's up to you. And if you do want to add, like some of these have little people looking through, damsels in distress, or knights saving the people, you know, whatever you want to do, it's your castle. And remember, you don't have to keep the form on the inside of it. You can leave it open like this. But if you feel that it's flimsy, I would leave it in. And then don't forget, if you covered up your initials somewhere, make sure you press your initials on there on the side somewhere so that you can get your project back next week.